can work on we need to plan the land use and the topics and everything. Okay, the things that we agreed to do last week. The second part is very brief. The second part is very, very brief. Second part is by me. Okay. So I'll just come straight to the point. No contextualization at all. If I was still in school, if I was still in school and doing an Excel lesson, I would love to do it the following ways, which I'm going to show you two ways, which I haven't shown any of you, even the experienced people. But so I'm not saying this with the intention of putting ideas in. Oh yes, but I'm not saying this with the intention of saying you must do it this way. I'm saying this so that you can have an appreciation of different. So it's kind of like to start you thinking about. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about wind. I don't even know whether wind is in the syllabus anymore, but I just you know, just for the sake of argument, yeah. And then let's talk about. Oh,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's talk about. Oh, thanks, Spencer. Great. Okay, great. Thanks. Nathaniel is right. This really is an interactive whiteboard. No, it is. It's the most interactive whiteboard, the most intelligent way. Okay, so the other one is what? Oh, the other one is like okay lah. Back to our old. Again, all these things are just. I'll just go straight to the point now, right? Okay, coast in terms of processes and in terms of vegetative zonation, right? Sorry. Okay, now. I don't even know, as I say, I don't know whether all these are still syllables or not. Never mind, just for the sake of provocation. Okay, wind. Now, as I think I've told several of you before, in Second Life there's wind, and not only is there wind in Second Life, but it is modeled to behave as in real life wind. So for example, there are apparently, although of course there's I can't. So there are apparently thermals, and the thermals are scripted to respond according to the position of the sun, and the sun does follow a track, and the thermals are also scripted to respond to terrain, and also to differential land water thing. Okay, heat capacity. Now. So if I were to do a lesson in SL, there used to be this, but the person took it away. But if we were to do it, I would ask Nathaniel to script it for me. I'm sure Nathaniel can script something like this for me. I would put, supposing this is a mountain in SL, so I would place anemometers. At different wind speed measurement. I would place anemometers at different places along the mountain. And then I would script the anemometers such that the data they collect is fed into a real life Excel spreadsheet. So, and then I would script the Excel spreadsheet, I'm sure Nathaniel can do all this fast, to feed into wind roses. So I have different wind roses. Then I would say to my students, okay, you look at all these wind roses, real life, printed, handout. Look at all these wind roses. These wind roses correspond to this, and this. You go and tell me why you think the wind roses are different. What is it about? Okay, that's one thing I'll do, right? Now, I just want to draw this attention to your attention because of two things. Firstly, it highlights that the sophistication of the world. Secondly, it highlights that in-world data can be outputted to off-world data. Okay. Now the second thing is prompted by Matthew's question to me last week, which was, okay, remember one of the things we need to do very, very soon is to plan the land use, right? So supposing these are the four sims, Zimian, you're gonna have a bit of you pick up along the way, yeah? So supposing these are the four sims, time view, yeah? Do you remember last week we had this discussion? And then So supposing we do the land, I'm not saying but I'm supposing we do the land mass this way, okay? Then that means all this is water, right? So Matthew asked me, does this mean that this area here, which is this huge expanse of water, does this mean that it's wasted lah? Is it wasted because it's not land lah? Okay, that means pedagogically useless lah. So I told him no, it's not pedagogically useless, because if I were to do it if I were having a lesson, I would put in each of my students' inventory, I would put the following items in each of my students' inventory. I would put some waves, and I would put different kinds of waves. So I would put swash, I would put backwash or whatever. Then I would put mangrove tree in the inventory as well. Mangrove tree, whatever. Okay. And then maybe maybe boulders or whatever lah. You don't even need to have boulders. Then I would ask the students in their groups to go and place or to go and rest the waves along in the space that's provided, this entire area of water. And then I would ask them to, okay, then I got to get them to interrogate each other in terms of their groups. Or, in other words, why, supposing, if someone were to place the waves, oncoming waves like this and like this, then I'll ask them, okay, why you want to do like that? Why you place, then of course backwash swash, right? Then maybe some, I don't know, maybe I can't do it from a wrong point of view. Maybe how to do it from a wrong point of view. Actually, it's already quite wrong. But depending on prevailing wind direction, they can explain it, right? They can explain it from prevailing wind direction. And then maybe, I don't know, like this, okay? So maybe some places like that. So in other words, again back to the e-workbook metaphor, yeah? Okay, then I will ask them, okay, where do you think you place the mangrove forest? Then maybe some of them will place mangrove, I don't know where. Good. So now I place mangrove forest here, which is again obviously wrong because it's too erosively exposed. Okay, so that's how I do it lah. This is an e-workbook. E-workbook because you're getting the students to populate the environment rather than presenting the correct environment for the students to observe. Okay, yeah. And I really like Yongwen's the other slide. The other slide that he didn't. I don't think he realized it, but remember he made reference to a video that he wanted to show, but he said there's a sustainable village, there's an eco-friendly village, but the task that we give the students either can be done as a CO or CI, but the task that we give the students is, okay, now we are in this eco-friendly village. We need to build, where would you, either you all exploit or we can exploit together as a virtual field trip, and then we decide what, I don't know, maybe either we tell them what new facility or we get them to come out with some way to improve something that the eco-friendly village doesn't have, and explain why it's necessary and appropriate there. And this actually can be done right now because for those of you with SL Avatar accounts, which I hope is all of you, there's actually a sim called Utopia, and Utopia is actually a you can visit it. Those of you with SL Avatar accounts, and Utopia is already a sim which is modeled for sustainable living. So it's all sorts of things. Okay, there's lots of stuff I can show you. It's just that you all haven't been very forthcoming with friending me in SL. So since you don't friend me, then I can't show you all those things, because you all don't friend me. Actually, there's a lot of things to show you, Yeah. So that's why I say must friend me. Okay, now, so I finished the second part.